Meet the 20-year-old college dropout making $30,000 a month working 3 hours a day.
Yeah, you could say, and you can say he doesn't care, and he doesn't care. You know?
And he hates it. And he hates it. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Yellow Kings podcast. Our boy Thomas isn't here today because motherfucker's too busy or something. So instead, today, we have a very special guest with me. His name's also called Andrew Yu. And he will be my co-host for today's podcast. Andrew, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, man?
Dude, it is sunny as hell here in New York City right now, but I'm doing pretty well too. All right, dude, let's get into it. So why don't you kind of like walk through your background about like who you are, kind of what you're doing right now, if you just like quickly summarize it in like a minute, and then we can dive deeper into it afterwards.
Yeah,
right.
So I come from a Chinese family. For the past 3 years or so, I've been doing a lot of stuff regarding content creation, and I've been doing college at the same time. I currently go to the University of Washington, but on the content creation side, I've grown my personal TikTok account to about 4 million followers, and I've also been helping a lot of companies run their social media, so me and Andrew have some overlap there.
Yep.
And yeah, just doing all sorts of stuff related to TikTok, basically.
Yeah. When did you get into content creation? And like,
so,
dude, give us some numbers, man. Come on. Don't be shy. Give us some numbers.
Okay.
Like, how many followers do you have?
So my main account is about 4 million. I have a alt account with about 140,000, and then I have some college advice account with 70,000, and then I have a life hack account with 60,000. So those are the big four that I'm running, and I have a few company ones with like tens of thousands as well, but nothing like super special there. But in terms of when I started, I've always been a content creator. Like from my time in middle school, I had a YouTube channel where I just made videos of me drinking water. I had like 350 videos. Andrew drinks water number 1, Andrew drinks water number 2, all the way up to 350. And I reviewed the waters. I don't know why I did that, but it was on YouTube. It never really went anywhere, but it sort of was my start. When quarantine started back in like 2019, I created an account where I sort of just did traditional like humor type of stuff. But that account ended up getting permabanned because people from my school weren't too happy about the jokes. So,
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's my original account. Andrew IVX, without numbers behind it. Before 2.0.
What the hell were you making?
I was just making edgy jokes. I could send you some of my videos later, but they were pretty edgy, but they were really funny. Like everyone, like even when I got canceled, there were still people being like, these videos are too funny to be canceled.
Hold up. So TikTok didn't cancel you, but then your school said you can't make these jokes.
Yeah. So my school canceled me, right? Which was pretty justified, honestly.
Why did your school give a shit? It's UW, right? Public school. Why would they
No,
care?
this wasn't UW. This was high school. This was high school. Yeah.
Did
high school 2020. I come from Bellevue, which is really close to Seattle. You could imagine how sensitive those people were.
Is it private school?
No, public school.
Public school.
It's ironically it's a public school that's about 60% Asian too.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not the demographic you typically expect to care a lot about like the social justice issues, but I guess I got the. Okay, to be fair, people from my school never really liked me in the first place. Like well before content creation, I was just kind of an asshole to people. So people didn't like me. So any excuse they had of like fucking with me, they took. So anyways, after that account ended up getting permabanned, I started my 2.0 account, and Andrew IVX 2.0 grew to 100,000 followers in about like 36 hours. Because my first ever video that I posted went really viral and it got like 7 million views. So from there, I've just sort of been growing pretty quickly ever since, I'd say.
Yeah. So kind of like when did you decide to start branching out into like other accounts and like what? Okay, for those listening that don't know, this guy has like literally 10 accounts on TikTok, and I think 5 of them consistently do like over 100K views on each of those videos, which is fucking insane. It's literally just this guy talking to the camera and providing his commentary about a certain topic that he wants to talk about. But it's kind of like, okay, when did you decide to like, all right, it's time to branch out into other different accounts, and why did you even do it in the first place? Why didn't you just keep everything on like one singular account? So and what was the first account anyways? Let's talk about that too.
Okay, yeah. So I'll go over the first account. So the first account, I had a series, like 3 big series, okay? One was called Criminal TikTok, where I sort of cover true crime from a criminal perspective. If you want to watch the videos, you'll understand a lot more. And a second series called How to Beat, which is pretty popular on YouTube but wasn't covered as much on TikTok. It's just how to beat the villains from horror movies. And then the third series was this unethical life hack series that went pretty viral back in like 2021, but I don't really do as much anymore. But TikTok ended up introducing a program called the Creativity Program Beta. Basically, if you make videos over 1 minute, you get paid very well, like more than YouTube videos that were 1 minute long. So I never ended up joining that program because the phone number attached to my Android IVX 2.0 account for like 6 or 7 months was some random guy's phone number. I don't even know how I ended up. Yeah, so like when you make an account, right, you need to verify with a phone number. I just used some random guy's phone number on the bus. So for a while, some random guy could have just stolen my TikTok account. But anyways,
why?
I don't know. It took me 6 months to reset it. But once I did, I realized how much you could get paid from 1 minute long videos. Because all my videos were exactly 59 seconds long. So all I had to do was add an outro, and all the videos would be over a minute. I get paid really well. So I realized that it is easier to make a new account and go viral on the new account than it is to make a series go viral on my current account. Because my current audience is expecting something, right? They're expecting one of my current series. If I make a new series, there's a big chance it doesn't go viral. But if I test it with a completely fresh batch of audience, it'll basically go viral with them, but not with my original audience. So I realized by doing this, I could basically inflate my views and just make a lot more money.
Yeah. And then, so how were you monetizing your account before? Well, first of all, like, all right, let's drop some numbers. How much are you making right now on TikTok per month with the new creativity program beta?
So just the creativity program beta, like no sponsorships, no companies I'm working with, making maybe about $1,000 a day or maybe $30K a month, 25 to $30K a month.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh my god. Okay, how about with like sponsorships, brand deals, everything?
Yeah, so typically I would do at least $10,000 with the sponsorships in a month. Just the last 2 months have been pretty rough because a lot of things that sponsor me are movies or streaming services, but because of the writer's strike, they're like sort of pulled back on that. So I haven't done like a big sponsorship recently, but typically it's around like 6 to 10 grand a month. And then if you include the companies I work with, maybe like 5 to 6 grand as well per month.
So you're kind of cashing of like 40 grand per month.
Yeah, pretty close to that.
Just with TikTok. You don't post to YouTube, you don't post to Instagram. It's just TikTok itself
just
as
TikTok.
a platform. Dude, that's insane. That's actually pretty insane. Okay, here's my question then. Before this creativity program came out, how much were you making then?
It would literally just, well, I had a period where I was pretty big on YouTube. Like I would get like 400 to 800K views per video for like 10 videos. From that, I would make, I don't know, a couple thousand a video. So that was like 1,000, 2,000 a month. Plus, I would do like a $5,000 to $6,000 sponsorship. But now the YouTube's pretty inactive. So if I didn't have the creativity program, it would be like 5,000 to 6,000 a month. But yeah, the videos don't convert as well on YouTube. I'm not sure why. It could just be the account I was uploading to already had an established audience, and now I'm coming where I never showed my face. Now I'm coming in, showing my face, making TikTok style videos. Doesn't convert as well.
Yeah. So wait, I thought you dropped out of college. Are you still in college right now?
I occasionally go to college because so
That doesn't work.
So here's the thing is, UW doesn't have a requirement to you need a certain amount of credits per year. You could just sort of take classes whenever the hell you want. So my philosophy is, obviously, any job I get out of college will pay me less than TikTok, right? So if the college or the job takes away from my TikTok, then it's simply not worth it. However, I still am like, if I have spare time, then I'll go to college. I'm like a flip of most people. Most people are like, okay, I'll go to college. If I have spare time, I'll do content creation. I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I do content creation. If I have spare time, I'll do college.
So currently, are you enrolled in school at the moment?
Yeah, I'm enrolled, but I'm only taking either one class a quarter or no classes a quarter. So it's just gonna take a really long time for me to graduate. Yeah, but I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah. And you study computer science, right?
Yeah, computer science and informatics.
you know what, TikTok doesn't work out. It's a
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
solid career
exactly.
path in that, anyways.
Yeah.
But all right, what other businesses have you like started in the past besides social media and what you're doing right now, TikTok? Have
Yeah.
you tried out
So
anything else?
yeah, so back in the day, I started this crypto marketing agency. This is back in like 2020 when crypto was really hot with one of my friends in Slovenia. The reason why we chose
Eastern
Slovenia,
Europe, Eastern Europe. Right?
yeah, yeah, the reason why I chose that is first off, his country doesn't have like the correct tax laws regarding crypto. So essentially, like he'd do all this shit tax free, right? And so that was a big bonus. And there's a lot of cryptocurrencies coming straight from these Eastern European countries. And this guy had like good connections with all of them. So all we needed to do was reach out to them, and then I would find influencers and work out some sort of marketing campaign. In fact, if you were a follower of mine, you'd see back in the day I did so many crypto scams advertisements, and I'm sorry I did that, but I got the bag off doing that. So we did that. We made like $100,000, 50,000 just through the marketing stuff, and then some larger marketing agency ended up giving us $50,000 if David, the guy I worked with, would go work with them and help them do the crypto marketing. But what ended up happening was crypto literally like died so hard within the span of like 2 months that even that marketing agency it's barely there anymore. So
Yeah. And that was that like the first business you worked on?
yes, yeah,
essentially?
that was the first, I guess, business where I wouldn't work with just friends or family. I would work with random people I didn't know.
What did you learn from that? Just that experience overall.
Definitely that it matters what connections you made. Because in high school, I was like one of those kids that was like, I only focused on grades and then maybe sports, right? But I never focused on like getting to know other people or like, I guess, using a person as a connection to get somewhere, right? I guess I didn't really have to, but
Yeah.
that's sort of my first experience with how important, I guess, networking and working with other people was.
In terms of like, if you never met this individual, this business opportunity
Exactly,
came
yeah.
up, or
Yeah.
or just like afterwards.
Sort of both,
Something
right?
like
Like this guy I met through TikTok. I typically never follow people back on TikTok because I don't really care enough to. And if I follow them back, I never talk to them. But this guy was the first guy I talked to, and it ended up bringing me a lot of money. So nowadays, if I see some creator with a lot of potential, I'll follow them and then get in contact with them, see if there's anything we could do together. And also on the, I guess, business side, right? I learned the importance of outbound, like reaching out to people to see if they want something done versus just waiting for people to come into my inbox, like I had done as a content creator, waiting for
Yeah.
sponsorships and such.
Yeah. So do you do a lot outbound right now as a creator, or just make it mostly
So
do through
I have
agency?
I have a agency that does the outbound stuff for me, my management
Yeah.
team. So they do all that outbound stuff. Inbound stuff they handle for me as well. But I think differently from other creators, I push my agency a lot. I'm like, okay, this brand looks cool. I want to do this, right? Versus most creators just sort of let the agency do whatever. I try to like direct them in certain ways. Like if I want something, I'm gonna push them until I get it.
So okay, so tell me a little about this Creator DAO program that you have. So you're
Yeah.
working with a company that basically invests with content creators, and they get a portion of income by giving you like money upfront, kind of like a venture capitalist, right? So what does that look like currently?
Yeah, exactly. So I won't like cover the exact amounts of money, but I can say they're taking 20% of my future income for 4 years. But in exchange, they gave me a lot of money up front. And there's sort of two reasons why I took it. Number one is there's not a lot of certainty within TikTok, right? So getting the money up front obviously is very valuable in that I don't need to worry about, say, I don't know, TikTok getting banned or I don't know, my account just sort of dying and then me no longer making money. I've gotten the money, a lot of money up front in exchange for 20% in the future. They would invest in me because they believe I have a lot of opportunity for growth. And I've actually, just because of the creativity program, I've actually outgrown their projections. So they're making money.
Oh, right, because they're making money off of all.
Yeah, they
the
get
income.
20%. Exactly,
But
yes.
but just your main account at the
yeah,
moment.
just my main account, yeah.
Which makes how much right now per month?
So just through the creativity program, it was 11K.
11K.
Last
So they get
month.
like 2,000 a month
Yeah,
at the moment.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad return on investment.
Exactly, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And on the side, they also help me with two things as well. So like, it's not just like a money transaction. They also help me out with other stuff. So the first one is one of the people that work for the company, the person leading the creator investment stuff. He actually has 1 million subscribers on YouTube. His name is Kong Pham, and I was really
Wait,
interested.
the real estate guy?
I think he does startup VC types of YouTube
Okay,
videos. He has 1 million.
never mind. Different con, different con.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I know who you're talking about, but no, it's not him. He has like 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I was really interested in working with him because YouTube is somewhere that I haven't taken a lot of time and had a lot of success on yet. I guess I had a little bit for a period, but not a whole lot. So I wanted to work with him to see if I could grow my YouTube channel. And the second one is they also help find brand deals as well.
Right.
So that's definitely the part that was lacking with my agency.
Yeah. Yeah. So how is your business divided up right now? Like if you're to split it up. So you have your content brand, in which is just like the 5 accounts you're kind of creating content for. You also run like a agency in which you help brands with social media.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're just a creator for all these different accounts, right?
Yeah. So I'm just like the social media manager, or basically the guy that runs the TikTok
Yeah.
for those
yeah.
accounts. But in terms of how I like divvy up my time, it's probably about, I don't know, an hour to all of my personal TikTok accounts, and then maybe like 30 minutes towards the brand accounts.
Oh, wait, how many hours a day are you working at the moment?
Maybe like 2 to 3. Okay, it depends if you count scrolling on TikTok. Okay, if you count scrolling on TikTok, many hours. But I typically don't count that time because even if I wasn't a content creator, I'd be doing it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like actually thinking, filming, and uploading, maybe like 2.5 hours max. 2 to 2.5 hours.
Wow. So it's like 3 hours a day of filming, pushing out content. How many videos?
So typically 1 video per each account. So it'd be 5 for my personal accounts. Actually 6 now. 6 to
Yeah.
my personal accounts. And then I have 2 brands I'm working with, so 1 to each brand. So 8 videos. But sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually re-upload an old video from like 2021. So if I don't have enough time, I'll just take old videos and upload them again.
Yeah. Holy crap. 8 videos in 3 hours? I'm the complete opposite. How do you I take like 1 hour just to script out content.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah, I mean,
But you don't script content.
no,
You just-
I never script content. I don't know, because here's the thing: is when I set up my accounts, right? First off, it started off as completely unscripted, and all these accounts, a lot of people think are like there's like a huge like persona behind it, but there's in reality there's not actually that much. This is just thoughts I think. I just say out the thoughts that I think on a daily basis. So
Yeah.
essentially, all my different TikTok accounts are like different areas of my mind. And for example, I have a Scratch Ticket account, right? If someone were to ask me about Scratch Tickets, I have a thought in my head, right? I just I translate that thought into a TikTok video. Or my life hack account, right? If someone were to ask me, do you have any life hacks? I think, yeah, I do. And I just think of 3 in my head and then translate them into a TikTok.
What will it be like the 1 or 2 things you have learned about TikTok and content creation that you don't see a lot of like social media gurus talking about? They're just like, dude, this is such obvious
I
knowledge.
have some good ones.
All right,
So-
hit me.
First one is if you care about monetization through the creativity program beta, so if your videos are over a minute, immediately what you want to do is block out characters of foreign languages from your comment section. For example, if you see Hindi, Greek, any Eastern European shit, the languages that if a viewer speaks that language, they don't pay you well. They pay you like 3 cents per view. So this is not the audience you want to be building. And if they're commenting that shit in your comment section, right? Other people that speak that language are going to get attracted to your video, and eventually you have a pretty sizable proportion of people from Greek watching your videos, or like Singapore or some shit. Those people don't get you paid. So essentially, if there's a foreign language I see, I immediately block them out. That way they can't use the comment feature to tag their friends, and also they can't comment to incentivize other people of that language to show up. So I only want people of English-speaking countries to comment on my video. So I block everything else out.
Oh shit. Yeah. So like you just block the accounts. Like you go.
Yeah, I either block their
them.
accounts or I filter certain common characters, like vowels from a Greek language, whatever a vowel equivalent is, or a character I see, like the little squiggle that I see a lot. Filter
Yeah.
that out. And don't let them type it.
This is pretty good tip actually.
Yeah, and then what
I'm gonna
happens?
take a look at my videos after this.
Yeah, you should be fine because you talk about American work, but
I mean-
I talk about shit like how to escape a country, and then there's always some Greek motherfucker that's like, "Can you make a version for Greek?" I'm like, no.
What's your RPM? And for those wondering, RPM is just how much you get paid.
It
per
depends
1,000
on the
views.
account. It depends on the account. So my main account is only about 0.8 because there's a very sizable proportion of people from, say, Eastern Europe, South Asia, like they fuck my RPM. So I have to cleaning them out slowly. But on my other accounts, I have the chart account. That one's RPM is about 1.1, and my advice account it's about 1.4.
Oh wow.
Yeah, advice account is the
Yeah.
highest one. But my life hack account, just because I never actually did the comment filtering, is only 0.3. So I noticed that as soon as you start blocking people for certain regions, it does a lot better.
That makes sense. My RPM's like 0.5 right now.
Yeah, I know.
But okay, maybe I should do it too. Anyways, I don't want to get too deep into metrics because we're about to lose like half our audience if we just start nerding out over like RPM,
Yeah.
CPMs, and all that stuff. But okay, what's something else you have learned about like social media and TikTok?
Yeah, definitely. I think I like phrasing my videos in a way that, for example, a returning viewer. So a new viewer can't tell my video is old. Does that make sense? For example,
Yeah.
if you scroll throughout my entire TikTok page, the quality, the content has not changed for the past 3 years, right? So because of that, what I can do is I could take videos from 3 years ago that no one remembers, re-upload them as a brand new video, and it'll go viral again because no one remembers it, right? But if I did this thing where, for example, I had shit quality in the beginning and then now I have studio production quality, sure, my views might be better, but now I need to create fresh videos because if I re-upload those old videos, right, it won't go viral again because everyone will know it's an old video. So I think if you keep your quality super consistent, you could sort of recycle content and have viral stuff go viral over and over again. And I've done that with I have one video called How to Fake Your Death. It's gone viral like 4 times. I'm talking more than 2 million views, 4 times in a row now.
What?
Every year I upload it once.
You can do that?
Yeah.
You
But
can just.
it depends on the video though, right? Like for example,
So I done that too, but they never gone as viral as like the first time. They may get like 100K views, which is okay. That's pretty nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like,
yeah, I guess it sort of depends on your content, right? Like my content is very attractive to people that either don't remember me or haven't seen me before, right? Because if you see this guy talk about outlandish shit, the first time you see it's going to be much more interesting than the second time. So because of this, as soon as it hops on someone's For You page that hasn't seen me, they get very interested in it. It basically just takes off and goes viral again. But if I had videos that like were like strangers, if they see me, they don't know who I am, they're just going to scroll, then it won't go viral again.
I like the point where you said like keep the quality of our videos very consistent. I think like Doug DeMuro on YouTube.
Yes, the car guy. I actually just watched the videos.
yeah. So he did a podcast with Khan Samir, these other 2 YouTubers that do a lot about like within the YouTube community, and basically what he said was like his videos are super low lived. He has like maybe a guy helps him out, but it's mostly just him and a camera, and he's been doing that for like the past however many years he's been creating content. And it says that's been very nice to him because his audience are used to seeing his content in that format. He never scaled up his studio production because he knew that once he does that, once you scale up your production, you can't go back.
Exactly, yeah.
Because your audience is used to seeing that type of content already.
That's exactly my thought process, actually. I like that guy, Doug DeMuro.
Yeah. Does that ever bother you though, in terms of like you want to scale up your production or just like screw it, I don't care, it's making me money?
No, if anything, I want to lower my production. Like like the less work I do, the better. I initially I wanted to optimize everything using AI, but I realized people don't really want to watch an AI. So some of my videos the scripts are entirely written by ChatGPT. Okay, I'll let you in on a secret. You know the advice account?
Yeah.
It's 95% is from ChatGPT. Like the
Dude.
topics are all made by ChatGPT.
I mean, there's a saying, right? It's like the words, dollar cost average. We can say that, but no one's gonna give a shit. But Warren Buffett says dollar cost average. All of a sudden, it's like, holy shit, that's fucking genius. Everyone should invest in the stock market through dollar cost averaging and stuff. I'm not saying this is exactly the same situation, but I think the creator, the delivery is also very important. Whoever's like delivering the message. Yeah. Dude, how has money changed your perspective? So you recently just started making a lot of money. I'm gonna make a wild assumption. right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or actually, no. You were making good money since like your
Well,
crypto
I
days.
guess I was making good money in terms that like I don't know. I was pretty prideful that I could only work like one hour, 2 hours, and I could make like average American salary. But
Yeah,
now I work like very little time, and I'm making almost more than anyone I walk past on the street typically. But the good thing
yeah.
about this is I have zero lifestyle inflation. This room reason it's so messy is because I lived in here since I was 6. Like this is my parents' house, parents' room, so I don't really pay any rent there. Obviously, I chose an in-state college, so I pay in-state tuition. I the only thing I spend a
But
lot of money on.
tell everyone your age first. How
I'm
old
20.
are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But so I'm still in college, so it's pretty normal to still live with your parents. But like at the same time, I haven't experienced any lifestyle inflation, right? Like a lot of people, if they get my money, first thing they do is buy a shit ton of expensive clothes. I'm wearing a $6 Nike shirt from 3 years ago. You know, like, and also in terms of eating out, I never go to like some fancy steakhouse. I still eat at McDonald's. Like nothing has really changed in terms of my spending habits, other than me buying a car. But
Yeah. What'd you buy?
I get Tesla Model X.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So what happened was my parents actually crashed. Well, someone crashed into their Tesla, so their Tesla is ruined. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna drive the Tesla Model X for a while, and then I'm gonna order a Corvette, and then once a Corvette comes, I'm gonna sell my parents a Tesla Model X because I don't actually like it that much.
But you like Corvettes.
I love Corvettes. Yeah, they're so pretty. Yeah, but in terms of like how my perspective changed around money, it really hasn't. I've still been on the grind. I still want to make more, and I still want to spend less. So
Yeah, yeah. What's your opinion on, I guess the online community of like make money online, get rich quick?
yeah, well,
What's your take on that entire
to be honest,
you
I
know
got pretty lucky with my TikTok. I did make money pretty quickly, right? So a lot of my friends have started their own TikToks, and they sort of quit after maybe a month because they're like, okay, I post videos every day. Where the fuck's my money? I'm like, for most people, it takes a while. So that's why I've never been a huge fan of people that say, you can make a ton of money online very quickly, because if anyone could make a ton of money online very quickly, they would, right? Like, who wouldn't want to work 1 hour, 2 hours a day and then make a shit ton of money, right? But like, the whole point is it's a lot harder than it sounds in terms of getting there. That's why I never trusted any of these sort of internet gurus, right? Or people selling you information.
Yeah. And kind of like your story, if you dig a little deeper into it, like you didn't get here in one day. Like this
Yeah.
was years of creating content before, I guess, like the market just aligned with whatever you were making, and you just found a perfect fit to monetize.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a
'Cause-
lot of people
'cause-
think, right, just based off numbers alone. Like, obviously, I started TikTok, my account on this day. I had 100,000 followers by 36 hours later. A lot of people are like, wow, that was really quick, right? But they forget about the past that I had in order to sort of build my way here. But to be fair, before content creation, I never expected to go into content creation as a job. I just sort of went at it. But I did. But I will say that although I never expected it to be a job, my main motivator was still money. When it came to, because a lot of content creators, right? This is sort of not related to your question at all, but this is something I wanted to say. But
Yeah.
a lot of content creators, they make money off of something they're initially very passionate about, right? Like if you like sports, right, or you like cars, you make a car TikTok, right? Then you go forwards, you grow, and then you make money. And then suddenly your hobby or your passion becomes your job, right? So because of that, not only is your any time you spend with your hobby becomes stressful because you need to think about how you make a video, but also you become less passionate about your hobby because of that. Does that sort of make sense? For me, right, I had that movie review account, and I started losing my passion for movies because anytime I watched a movie, I would think about how I could convert this into a YouTube video, and it'd give me a lot of stress because I was like, essentially, anytime I watched a movie, I'd give more work to myself. So I think that if you're a content creator, either make things about your passion, but literally don't give a single shit about your money and never turn it into your job, or go into it with the mindset that this is like a job. This is like a 9 to 5, right? Go in with that attitude of you probably won't like it, but you'll make good money. That sort of attitude.
So kind of where's your head at right now? Do you still view the content you create as like a passion project of yours? Or is it just mostly like it's a business, I'm monetizing it? Or do you try to separate those two? Like these accounts are precious to me. These accounts are for making money.
Yeah, I would say almost every account I have, I hate making videos for. I think making videos is boring as shit. Like I don't think it's fun at all. So I've never thought it was fun. There's never been a point in my life where I'm like, okay, I love making this video. I love talking about this subject, or I love talking to my audience. I don't like any of that shit, right? So
What?
I just purely treat
Really?
it like a job. It's literally like a 9 to 5 job for me, right? And this is sort of like how I treat every job, right? There's not a single job in the world that I think I would enjoy. So I've always been of the perspective is do the one you're best at and that'll pay you the most because you hate any job you get. Well, at least I will.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree with that. It's like I definitely felt the same way too when I started creating content. It was about passion and expressing my thoughts to the world and what I was doing. But as I start to grow, I'm like I'm spending a lot of time on this. I kind of want to get paid, and I started wanting to look into doing brand deals, and I started to find ways to monetize my content, sell like courses, sell mentorship, and that really stressed me out. It made me really hate creating content. When you start stressing over like how many views I'm getting, like how am I going to convert my audience into someone that purchases my product, it made me completely hate it.
Yeah.
And like to this day, I'm still trying to strike that balance between like making content that I truly enjoy and then making content that, okay, this is just for making money. For me personally, this is why I even started Yellow Kings in the first place, because like the purpose of this account is not to grow and to make a shit ton of money. It is for me to have this creative expression to talk about shit I care about, which is Asian yappy stuff and entrepreneurship, which is
Yeah.
basically what this call is about, essentially,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
We're just nerding about like we're getting into Asian stuff in a bit, but we're just nerding out about like business and getting into this journey and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. You okay, but you have to enjoy making content to some extent in order to do it for so long and to pump out 8 videos a day. Like I think that's very hard to sustain if every single day you just hate what you're doing.
I'm gonna
Like,
be
you know-
honest. Like I do hate what I'm doing. Like I don't enjoy it at all. Like I don't know how else to say it. I just it's
Oh,
like a job
shit.
for me. Okay, like and
Okay,
I
okay.
guess it
It's
sort
a
of comes.
job.
So for example, some people right, coding comes really naturally to them. They might hate coding, but they'll definitely end up being a software engineer for the money. That's like me. It's like content creation or making TikTok videos comes super naturally to me. So I do that. I make my money, even though I don't like it. Still gonna make it my job.
Why don't you like it? What part about do you not like about content creation?
I don't like how there's a consistent cadence required to sort of sustain your brand, right? Like, for example, if it was up to me, I would post like once a month. I think that's a lot. That's the workflow that I would enjoy. But having to force yourself to post daily is kind of annoying, right? Like, most jobs, yes, you work a lot more hours than me, but you get 2 days where you don't think about your job. Or maybe some jobs you do have to think about it, but you get two weekends. I don't really get a weekend.
You don't take
per se.
weekends off or days
No,
off?
no, I post every day, almost no matter what, like 7 days a week.
Maybe you should take 2 days off.
Yeah,
Saturday
but
and
then I'm
Sunday.
like, okay, then I'm losing money, right? And then obviously I'd get a little bit more enjoyment out of it, but I'd lose a lot more money. I'm like, no, I would rather treat this like a job. It's okay to hate it. Once I'm done, I'm done. I make my videos and I clock out,
So what's your? That's why you're able to systemize everything. Because I was always fascinated with you. By the way, everyone that's listening, like Andrew and I's been friends for a while, but I'm just learning this about this guy. I didn't know he felt this about content. That this guy loved this shit. But it actually makes sense because each one of your account, you're like, I'm gonna make a new account. I don't care about having a centralized account where people love me and everyone just knows me for this one brand. I'm just gonna make all these different accounts. People follow me, they follow me, they don't. The purpose of
Exactly,
this
yeah.
account is to talk about scratch tickets. The purpose of this account is to talk about college advice. This one's about movies. And it's like, I'm gonna try and make money each of these accounts. If they don't
Yeah.
monetize, then I don't care about them.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. That's literally the perspective. So
my
you
God.
summarize it all pretty well.
Wow. So what do you enjoy doing? What do you enjoy doing things? Like do you have a passion?
Sort of.
That
I
sounds
mean,
that sounds
yeah,
so
I know.
offensive, man.
Look. It's a very fair question, and the answer is sort of not really. Like, I just really like making money. That's it. Like my life revolves around making like the content creation part I don't like, right? But the process of thinking about money and then like looking at your bank account and refreshing your stocks and shit, that shit I really like. So because of that, I've always been thinking of, I guess, new ways to make money. I just really enjoy that, I guess. I'm just like, I don't know, natural entrepreneur. I don't know if that really makes sense. But
Yeah.
on like some more fun interests, I really like number one, I really like political debates. I watch political debates from every country around the world. And I just think it's like the most interesting thing to man. I play a lot of League of Legends, a lot of Riot games, League of Legends and Valorant. Play a shit ton of that. And
What's your rank? What's your rank?
so I was Masters at one point.
Yeah.
But now I'm just chilling in Diamond. So
What's your opinion on Vivek
I
Ramaswamy?
look. I've always had like a
Without getting too political,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
in
yeah,
general, like.
So, my political perspective has never been one party or other. I just really like people who are really extreme. Extreme left or extreme right. Like someone that wants to tear down
They're
the country.
entertaining. They're entertaining. They're entertaining.
No,
to watch.
I want a leader that would do some extreme shit in office.
Oh.
I don't want
shit.
I don't want a Joe
Okay.
Biden or a Barack Obama or like Mitt Romney or some shit. I want someone that'll change the country. I just think that, for example, okay, I'm not even gonna say that. I'll tell you after this podcast some opinions that I have, but but I have some pretty crazy opinions, and it needs a crazy person to implement them. And I think that we can't have the same status quo type of guy over and over again. Like that's just not good for this country, I think.
I think this guy's like a master debater.
Yeah,
That's a funny
he's
word
very
itself.
good at, I guess, skipping across a question, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
and I think the reason why he's so effective at this, he's really unapologetic when he goes about it. Sort of like Trump, right? Like for example,
Yeah.
if I were to skip one of your questions, I sort of snake out of it, sort of like a traditional politician, right? But he will just say like, I don't answer to fake news, so let's actually talk about, and then he'll switch the topic. And there's nothing you could no, there's no debate against that, because if he truly thinks it's fake news, you can't convince him it's not, you know?
Yeah, and when he's getting criticized, he just smiles.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Like
so
yeah,
so it
he's a-
looks like you're not getting to him. You don't know who's winning the argument.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the other guy's smiling all day long. Then it's almost like, how serious are these allegations you're throwing at this one individual?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like a
Yeah.
shield. It's a shield.
Yeah. What? Kind of switching topics. What's your upbringing like? Like what was it like? Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So,
question itself.
yeah,
What's your upbringing?
it was
what?
pretty happy, but at the same time, if you compare it to some white person's family, it's not going to be that happy. I would say for an Asian family, I was very happy. So my parents had a very, very strong emphasis on education, because my parents got a master's in China, right? They went through the Chinese education system. They came here to the U.S. They also got a master's here. So they were very
Yeah,
big
yeah.
on like the whole college stuff. So my entire life was sort of built towards going to a very good school. In elementary school, I was heavily tutored and sort of kept inside, but I got really, really good at math. Like I could do algebra 2 in maybe 5th grade. So for my entire time in the school system, I didn't learn a thing in math from public school until I would say late high school. Everything else I had already known or was taught by my parents through like tutoring sessions, right? So because of that, as a kid, I was really obnoxious, right? I love just fucking with people. That's because I wasn't learning anything in school. I was like, okay, I might as well go fuck with people during math time. So my parents always thought I was like an extremely troubled child, right? Like they thought I was going to go to prison someday, but in reality, I wasn't going to prison. I was just really bored. So that's the main part. But they also pushed me to do a lot of things to the best of my abilities, right? Like they always had emphasis on improvement. I don't know if this is common in other Asian households, but for example, swim. I was on the swim team. I swam like 3 hours a day after school every day.
Yeah, me too.
They really had a huge emphasis on improving, right? They get really triggered at me when I wasn't improving at a swim meet, right? And same with education. They always wanted me to do better. Like I'm like, I already have good grades. They're like, we want better grades. We want you to be the best in your class. So they pushed me a lot there. And they were definitely a lot more traditional when it comes to money or certain values, right? For example, if I make the money, they're like, why don't you just drive a Honda Civic and then invest in real estate? I'm like, sure, I could do that, but that's like really boring. And going back to my childhood, is they made very good money, right? But they wouldn't let me spend good money. Like I wouldn't even be able to buy candy because they sort of were trying to teach me the value of money and how to stay stingy. And actually, to this day, I thank them for that, because had that not happened and I blew my allowance every week on candy, I probably would be blowing the money I make now on random shit I don't need.
I'm kind of similar too, in which like my parents raised me very poor, right?
Yeah.
Like growing up, so I'm like pretty solid middle class, I'll say overall. Like my family's definitely not upper class, but I'm like solid middle class. Like we I never starved. There was never worry about money on the table or whatever. Like we're going to go to college and get our college paid for, right? Just typical Asian American middle class family. Because my dad's also a PhD in electrical engineering. My mom worked in software development. But I always thought as a kid, my family was poor as shit.
Yeah, yeah, I thought
Because
so too.
my mom didn't give me any money ever. I always had this funny story where I think I was in like fifth grade or something, and I was going to the YMCA summer camp, right? And then we went to a Dodgers game in LA. The
Oh.
funniest thing is that my mom gave me $5 for a Dodgers game, $5 to buy
What
food.
the fuck?
Do
You can't,
you know-
you
do you-
can't buy shit with that. You can maybe buy a soda, right? Can you even
You know
buy a
what-
soda with $5?
You know what I had that day at the Dodgers game? I had a Minute Maid lemon ice this big, and I just this large, and I just ate that. And now all the white kids around me, okay, not even white, all the fucking Asian kids, black kids, I don't give a shit. Literally everyone else had hot dogs, like chili cheese fries, nachos, and I'm here with a Minute Maid this big, just kind of eating that stuff. My camp counselor felt so bad for me. He's like, "Here, you can have my Coke."
Oh, nah. That's actually so
Like
funny.
this kid is broke or something.
Yeah, like I guess I had similar experiences in my summer camp. It's like most kids would get money and be able to. So summer camp, it's like we travel to a place every day, right?
Yeah.
Boys and Girls Club. Like for example, we go to a park.
Yo, I went to. Okay, did
No
you know
way.
Boys and Girls Club was apparently for like poor kids or something
I mean,
like that?
it makes sense considering the people I was there with. There was
Because I think the logic is like after school daycare is because your parents don't have the freedom to come pick you up at 2 p.m.
Exactly,
If you have
yeah.
a very wealthy family, like I mean, on an extreme end wealthy families, like there's some things they don't have time, right? But
Yeah.
generally, like apparently Boys and Girls Club was for like immigrants and poor kids.
Yeah.
At least in my
it
area.
completely makes sense because I was friends with some illegal immigrants at the Boys and Girls Club. I'm not kidding. Like they straight up just told me their family were illegal immigrants. I'm like, okay, make sure I don't hate you. I won't call ICE.
like Asian?
No,
immigrants?
like Latina. There's a lot of Latinos, a lot of just not a lot of like people who are super well off. And I think the reason was in my area, there's like a huge separation between wealthy and not wealthy. If you just moved here within the last 15 years, you were usually pretty wealthy just
To
because
Seattle.
yeah,
Seattle.
yeah, the real estate prices are high. All the jobs that require you to move here in the last 15 years, they all pay very well. Versus if you were here from a long time ago, you might live in an expensive house, right? But they didn't really make that much, and because their houses were expensive, they need to pay a shit ton of property tax. So because of that, their families were like those people that worked like 2 jobs at once. So, and both parents would work. So they literally couldn't come take care of the kid after school, so they'd send him to the Boys and Girls Club. Or it'd be like a single mom. Single mom needed to, I don't know, go do stuff. Hopefully it wasn't
Yeah.
drugs, hopefully it was work. And then they just dropped their kids at the Boys and Girls Club. And I'd seen kids that just didn't get picked up. Like at the end of the day. So my parents would always pick me up pretty late because they worked pretty late. But at the end of the day, I'd be leaving late as fuck, dark as shit out. There's snow outside, and these kids are just waiting inside. No one came to pick them up. So
What did they do?
no idea. I just know at the end of the day they somehow went home. My thought was like there was I never knew what happened. It's like maybe the police came and picked them up, social services, maybe like there's a van designed to drop people off at their homes, but I'm not sure what happened to them.
Interesting. What did your parents do?
So my dad's an actuary, so he works pretty long hours. He's
Nice.
like that's like I don't know, statistician, pretty
He's a
advanced.
math
And my,
guy.
yeah,
He's
my
a
mom's a
math guy.
software engineer, so
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Very math focused Asian family.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they fucked me with math at an early age.
Do you think like having that upbringing kind of like shaped the way you view about like I guess like money and passion?
Yeah, I
Like
guess.
do you give a shit about like chasing what you want to do or just like I'm going to chase the thing that pays me the most?
Well,
I don't care about
I guess
what
the
I'm
first
actually
thing
doing.
is there's nothing I really wanted. Nothing related to a job that I really want. Like for example, if all jobs were equal salary, I would be like a bus driver or some shit. Like there's no job that without money can incentivize me to go do it. You know,
but bus driver could.
no, it's just it doesn't require a brain. Just sit there robotically driving a bus. Self-driving buses are probably coming, so I prefer things that use the brain as little as possible. Okay, and maybe that just sort of
Is
like
this where you plug Truck Smart? You know, go down the app Truck Smart.
yeah, maybe. But anyways, like, or I'd be a teacher, or just something like super low stress. But in terms of like chasing a job or chasing a dream, I chase money. Wherever money leads me, I end up.
Oh, okay. So how many more years do you think you're going to be doing content?
Until it stops making good money, and then I'm going to transition into some sort of like, I don't know, maybe media agency, media company, or
Yeah.
I'd work in influencer marketing or something super low stress that I could do like 3 to 4 jobs at once at.
What do you do for the rest of your day if you're working like 3 hours a day?
So I have a girlfriend. She takes up a lot of time. But
Yeah.
other than that, I like hanging out with my friends a lot. We spend a lot of time eating. I think.
I like how you just talk about your girlfriend as if she was like another job.
No, but
It's
no,
it's
she's
not
like
girlfriend.
a lot of.
She takes up a lot of time.
Okay, here's the thing: is like a lot of people have girlfriends. Okay, it's very normal the experience. So I'm just they can infer what I do with my girlfriend.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. It's in their full time job, my guy.
Yeah, exactly. But
You gotta clock in. You gotta clock in when she's over.
yeah, exactly. That's so facts. Oh my god, I gotta use that. But anyways, me and my friends spend a lot of time eating. Maybe like 2 to 3 hours a day revolves around eating food, right? So we'll drive really far to a nice place, eat the food, go to another food place, get dessert, right, and then go get a drink, and that takes about like 3 hours of our day. That's
What kind of food? What kind
all
of food
sorts
you
of
eat?
food. All sorts of food. I eat everything but
favorite?
seafood is very good. But my favorite is Thai food. I fuck with Thai food a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What Thai food? Thai food. Tell me about Thai food.
Ooh, like what type? Like pad Thai.
Yeah, what do you like?
Pad
What do you
Thai is
like?
my to go. There's a lot of curries that I think are really nice. And also pasiu. They're familiar with the thick noodles. I love
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
So
hell
fucking
yeah,
good.
hell yeah. Is there a underrated Thai food that you're like, this is like so underrated, everyone needs to know more
I think no
about this?
matter how good it tastes, all Thai food's underrated. Like even pad Thai, in my opinion, is underrated. Like I think it should be everyone's favorite food. Should taste so good.
Pad Thai is not underrated.
I
dude.
think it's
Come
I
on.
think it should be everyone's favorite food. If it's not
That's
your
like the
favorite food,
fucking-
I think you're underrating it. Probably that shows how much I like
everyone
it.
eats it.
I really like it. Like I could eat pad thai every meal for the next 10 years. I'm not kidding when I say that. Like I've gone a long time just eating pad thai. That's it.
Have you been to Thailand?
I haven't. I have not.
Yeah.
I plan on going to a Asia trip sometime. But
Dude, yeah. The
yeah,
the
I'm not
weird
sure.
thing about Thailand is like once you go there, you realize like Thai food in Thailand sometimes tastes so different than Thai food in USA.
definitely, yeah. Anything as soon as
Yeah.
it comes to USA, they add like, I don't know, 1 stick of butter, a fuck ton of sugar, a fuck ton of salt, and then they call that whatever food it was.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
do love it.
I
I do love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because my favorite Thai food is Paki Mao, drunken noodles, right? But then when I went to Thailand, maybe I just went to the wrong place. I don't fucking know. But when I ate it there, it tastes a lot different. It was a lot more gingery. They added other herbs to it. It was still good. Don't get me wrong. But I like the Paki Maos in the States, in which it's like dark. It's more garlicky. They put like more soy sauce into it or
Yeah,
something.
it's like a lot more. Is it a lot more salty? Is that what it is?
More salty, more
Less
salty.
sweet, yeah.
But it felt more sour in Thailand.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a place I ate. I don't know.
Yo, I just got a question for you. I don't know if you want to cover it on the podcast, but in terms of your marketing agency, how many companies are you currently working with right now?
I work with like 10 at the moment.
Can you name some of the interesting ones that I haven't heard about? Or is that NDA? Is that NDA?
It's mostly NDA, but
okay.
what I
Okay,
guess like
fair
the big one I can name that it doesn't matter if anyone knows or not because like I'm literally like I'm like reaching out to everyone for them and stuff. I'm working with Coffee's Bagel, the dating app.
No way! I've seen their ads all the fucking time. How'd you manage to get in touch with them? Is it just David did his magic or?
No, they inbound. They reached out to us.
Wow.
So they saw what we did with Jenny, and they were very impressed. So they wanted to just work
So
together.
how did they find you? Because like if you just look at the Jenny page, there's no like contact for
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah. So my marketing agency, I'll say, is pretty popular among like the indie hacker / very small like 2 to 5 man software SaaS startup space on Twitter. Because like we work with a couple of like these like bigger Twitter influencers that talked about us, post about us and stuff. So we became very well known through that. And I think like just from that, someone at Coffee Bagels probably caught wind of it and they reached out to us, saying they want to work together. Right now, we mostly just do influencer marketing for them. So like my team, we help reach out to like influencers, negotiate contracts, all that stuff. But right now we're discussing like, all right, we should also start like organic TikTok accounts for you guys. So we're kind of talking about how we can do that as well. Because that's our main service offering, right? For those guys listening, I basically run a marketing agency in which I pair brands with content creators, and I work with the content creators to basically create content on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, go viral, build the account, and basically use that as like a marketing channel.
Makes
Andrew
sense.
is actually one of our creators for
Yeah,
one
I
of our
know.
brands.
Yeah.
Fun fact, guys. Quick fun fact.
If you find it, go give it a follow.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they've been phenomenal to work with. Like the team is great. It's been teaching me a lot because I think they're one of the first clients I had that wasn't necessarily like a startup size. They're on like a bigger company. So they have like more systems built into it. They're more analytical. They're more numbers driven. Well, I feel like a lot of startups that I was working with, it's just straight up like, all right, we don't give a shit about like metrics, whatever. Are we going viral or are we not going viral? Well, when I was working at Coffee Meets Bagel, it's all about like, how do we measure returns? They dig very deep into like the analytics of a creator, like the age groups, who they're trying to target. And I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. It brought me back to like my corporate days in which like everything was very high level, numbers driven. While I feel like when I went to the whole agency, so startup scene, it was very much like the numbers don't matter. It was very much more binary. Like, did it work or did it not work? But they're kind of like that medium-sized company where like those things matter, right? Because they have a budget, they're willing to spend money. And for those of you guys out there listening, like for influencer marketing, unless like you have over 6 figures in budget, I wouldn't even try it. It's just not worth it. You're not going to get an ROI because you only start seeing returns on influencer marketing when you're spending so much money that people are seeing your brand left and right everywhere. Like kind of how you mentioned it.
Yeah,
right?
like saturating is someone's page, basically.
Exactly. So I'll give you a couple examples. Dollar Shave Club, Skillshare, NordVPN, right? You see it once, whatever. You see it 5 times, maybe still whatever. But the day you need a VPN, we're not sponsored, guys. We're not sponsored. But the day you need a VPN, you know NordVPN exists. The day you want to learn something, you know Skillshare exists. The day you want to make a website, you know Squarespace exists.
Exactly.
Right? So that's where you see returns on influencer marketing at mass scale. But if you're a company out there, if anyone's still listening to a company and you don't have like $20,000 in budget, I wouldn't even bother with it unless you're going after an influencer that just has such a targeted audience that you know you're going to get an ROI from. But if you're like kind of like a broad B2C company, like a dating app and stuff, it's going to be very hard unless you're blasting like multiple 6 figures in influencer marketing. You're much better off just going through paid ads, in which like your returns are a lot more linear because you can measure it, and then you get very deep down into like, okay, how much am I paying per acquisition of customers? Or you go through organic content in which you pay a content creator like me, you, or someone else to make content, and you hope that that piece of content goes viral. And that single viral piece of content can basically get you all. It basically builds your business. To be honest, like we had companies we work with in which overnight they went to 0 to 10K RMR or 5K RMR, right? Monthly recurring revenue, just because the video went viral. Everyone now knows about them.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That's just my 2 cents about like, because there's many ways to acquire a customer, but the 3 ways that through social media at least, it's influencer marketing, paid ads, or organic content. And I focus on the organic content one. I used to do a lot of paid ads when I was doing drop shipping, but you know, fuck that shit. fuck drop shipping. I made a whole entire podcast about drop shipping.
I watched
if you guys
that
are
one.
interested.
It was a good episode. You should go watch it.
I could go so deep into it. To be honest though, I want to revisit dropshipping one day.
Yeah, you should, because think about it.
it.
You've built out the learning stage, right? Where you're losing money while learning stuff. Now you've learned everything. You should like cash in on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not just that. It's like, I mean, pretty much it's that, right? It's like, I know so much about e-com and dropshipping, but I never like was able to cash on that knowledge. Like, I won't say like, okay, I can build a brand today. It's going to scale me to 10 million. But compared to what a beginner knows and what I know about like running ads, direct response marketing, copywriting, building a fucking Shopify website, I'm just like, man, if I find a good product to sell and I actually have good money to invest into inventory and all that stuff, let's say I don't want to do drop shipping, then I'm like, dude, this is actually not a bad thing for me to try out again. But
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I'm trying to not diversify myself too much. I'm trying to just focus on one thing, because I truly believe, just like for the past couple of years, like I try to do too many things at once, and right now I'm just like one thing and one thing only. Like I'm running this business and I create content for Yellow Kings and Ming Duck. But
Makes sense.
That's just my focus right now. what do your parents think about what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
do they
So
support it? Do they still want to get a job, or are they like, Andrew? All right, cool. You make a lot of money, but this is not sustainable. Finish your fucking degree.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what's their
So
take
so
on
they
this?
want me to finish my degree. Okay. They don't condone dropping out because they already set up some sort of fund that will like guaranteed pay for my college. So if I don't,
Are you a fucking trust fund baby?
yeah, if I don't go, it just goes to waste, right? So I'm just like, okay.
Oh, like actually, it just goes away.
Yeah, it just goes away. We have some like Washington program that like you put money into. If your kid goes to college, it grows in amount. Basically, you put money into college ahead of time, and in exchange, you pay less for college, but you have to go to the college, right?
Yeah.
So that's I sort of have to go, which is why I am still going. But at the same time, my thoughts sort of align with them in that I should have a backup plan, right? Just in case shit does not go well. I think that with TikTok in particular, it's a little easier to fall off than something like YouTube. So if I were this big on YouTube, I wouldn't be going to college. But on TikTok, still want a backup plan. At the same time, though, they don't like. I already spend so little, right? Like I save all the money I can, and they still don't like how I spend my money. They're just like really unhappy that I want to get a car. They're like, you should drive the Honda Civic, get cheap insurance, and then buy a house. I'm like, I could do that, or I could drive a fancy ass car when no one has one. You know, like it's only a flex until you're like 26, okay, and then everyone can get a fancy car. So I'm just like, I'm gonna spend my money how I like.
I will say the financially smart decision is to get the Honda Civic.
Yeah, exactly, right?
But Andrew, I get it. Get that fucking Corvette.
No, because
dude.
here's
All
my
right?
thoughts, right? I'm like, look, I have enough money to where money won't really be a problem for me for quite a long time. I have a good income stream, right? Good savings. But what will be a problem is when I get a car, I'm the same as everyone else. I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be unique, so I got to get a nice car before anyone else can get one,
That's true. That's true.
Think about the flex. It's just such a big flex, especially in college. Like I roll up to some frat party. You don't let me in. Okay, I'm going to go hop in my $100,000 car and drive away.
Wait, I thought Corvette was like 60,000.
It depends.
70.
I'm considering getting an E-Ray. Have you heard of the E-Ray?
No,
It's a new one. It's a hybrid electric Corvette that has lower miles per gallon than a gas one. Ironic fact.
That's a nice car.
Although it's half electric, it's heavier, so it uses more gas than a gas Corvette, which is pretty crazy to me. But it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm talking with insurance to see what my rate is on an E-Ray. Since it's a new model, right? Typically, new models have really high insurance premiums. And I've never actually gotten insurance before, so I might be wrong on some of this. But if I go a more tried and tested model, like a traditional Corvette Stingray, it's a lot cheaper, apparently.
That's a sick car. It's kind of fitting to you also as well to say that like even though it's an electric vehicle, it's still like you said, it still like takes up more gas. Than traditional petrol car and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like then the gas Corvette, actually, not just compared to a gas car, gas Corvette uses less gas than an electric Corvette. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Yeah. Dude, do what you gotta do, man. Flex on haters. But again, guys, financial advice, if you not Andrew here, but everyone that's listening to this, probably don't get the Corvette. But you know what? We all got some demons in us that we gotta get out of us and stuff, flex on the haters and whatnot. So do what you gotta do. And there's a famous saying. There's a famous saying in which no one envies the guy who's 50 that drives a Ferrari.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly. That's a pretty good way to put my perspective.
Going back to content, though, did you always go into content like I'm gonna monetize this?
Yeah.
So from day one, you're like,
like even Andrew Drinks Water.
Make money.
Andrew Drinks Water. When I was in middle school, I went into it with the hopes of becoming, rich off my water drinking videos. Like from day one, as soon as I understood what social media was, my first thoughts are, how can I get most followers and how can I make the most money? Those are like literally from elementary school forwards.
So today it could have been like any other career path that you're just like, oh yeah, this makes a lot of money. I'm double downing on this.
Yeah, something would make me more money than content creation. Maybe content creation I would keep on the side just because it's so few hours. But let's say I spent 8 hours a day in content creation, right? There's a career path that pays significantly more. I would go to that one instantly.
so if you win a lottery tomorrow with all the scratch tickets you're buying, you're done. You're not making any more content. Maybe like once in a while at that point.
Well, then I could understand making content for fun, right? Driving around in a Lamborghini, going to fuck with people at minimum wage jobs. Like, I'd do all that shit. But yeah, I would not. I definitely wouldn't treat content creation as a job anymore. I'd be living life.
Wow. Okay. This was pretty eye opening. This is interesting. This is very.
You get to learn
but
a
maybe,
lot of my position.
But maybe like that's why you're so successful with content, because you don't overthink it. You're just like, whatever makes me the money, I'm doing what it takes.
Yeah, like I think.
Well, for me, I kind of get emotional about it. I'm just like, shit, man, what does it mean? Like, what brand am I building? What's my following? And for you, I think like kind of ironic in a way of like, because you don't care as much, you almost achieved what everyone else is trying to achieve as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Like viral growth, and honestly, like a pretty big fandom too. Like people, like they bleed across all your different accounts, and I read your comments. There's like a lot of people who are like, dude, this guy's my hero.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I'm just like, if you want to,
that's fascinating.
If you want to take this path, you need to be really unapologetic about it. I think, because if you're just like, if you act like an authentic person and then start doing a bunch of crypto scams, they call you a sellout. But I've informed my audience ahead of time. I'm like, look, I'm gonna advertise a shit ton of scams to make a fuck ton of money on here. Just don't do the scam and you're good, you know. And we're both chill. I'll make you nice videos. You get me followers so I can monetize off you. You know, it's like it's an understood exchange that like I'm not like a Logan Paul where I act authentic but I'm not. I'm just very authentic in a sense that I'm authentic. I'm genuine, but I guess I'm sort of like more transactional with my audience.
Yeah,
you know,
well, you make it clear from the beginnings. Like,
yeah, I'm like,
I'm here to make money.
Exactly. Yeah, I've said that many times. And any time in my comments, I struggle to think. Do people think I'm being sarcastic when I say I'm just here for the money?
I think people 100% think you're being sarcastic. I didn't know. I'm learning. Right. I thought you loved this shit. I mean, okay. Let's be honest. You like it to some extent. You have to. You can't hate it. Like,
no, honestly, I kind of hate it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I struggle to put that into words because no one believes that. But I don't like content creation. Like, maybe there was a point where I'd wake up, I'd be like, check my followers. Wow, I gained 10,000 new followers. Now I don't even check my followers. I don't check my views. I don't even look at my own videos. You know that. When I film a video, right, I just film. So, like, you know, when you film the video on TikTok, it fills up the bar, right? As soon as it's full, create a caption, click upload. I don't even watch the video. If you look at why I almost never respond to comments, it's because I don't even open the video's comment sections. I very rarely do, and all the comments, if I do respond, are all within the span of the first minute uploads. Uploads, reply to 6 comments, close the app. That's it.
And then like you go spend your rest of the day doing
I sleep, play games, hang out with friends, you know, live the good life.
Oh my god, this is such a clickbait, Andrew. Meet the 20-year-old college dropout making $30,000 a month working 3 hours a day.
Yeah, you can say he doesn't care, and he doesn't care. You know,
and he hates it. Oh, this is so funny.
Yeah, but like,
all right, yeah, keep going.
I was gonna say, in terms of like, what my audience thinks about it is, I always like, for example, like on Instagram, right? I have an Instagram channel, which is sort of like a Discord announcements channel, right?
Yeah.
I always announce in here. I'm like, look, I just did an advertisement with another scam company. I need 15 of you to go download this app. I just send it into the Discord channel, and then they're like, okay, yes sir, like drones, and they go do it.
Dude, you're kind of like Ludwig.
I actually don't. I said the Minecraft guy.
I don't even know. I don't know how to describe him. He like, I think he came up in. Oh my god, I'm gonna get this so wrong. I think he came up in the Smash scene.
I actually don't know who that is.
Okay, you know chess boxing?
Yes,
you heard of chess boxing? Yeah. So I think he ran that chess boxing, right?
Oh,
it was like a live streaming event that was ran by Ludwig, and like people play chess and then box each other.
I didn't know that.
So he's a very big Twitch streamer. I think he went into YouTube after a while. And basically, like, he kind of has the same vibes in which he's very authentic. He's very real with his audience, and his audience like knows him. And it's like one time he did a sponsorship with, I know it's like NordVPN.
Yeah.
And he forgot to make the video or something along to that. So he literally went on stream. It's like, all right, guys, here's the deal. I have the sponsorship. I fucked up. I forgot to do it. It's a VPN tool. You know what it is. I don't need to talk about it. I need 50 people to sign up.
Yeah.
You got like a couple hundred subs or something.
Yeah, that's sort of like what I go about it too. Like I get that. Yeah, I get that.
Dude, I feel like I'm learning here. It's almost like the fact that you don't give that much shit. It almost it's funny in a way of like it works out in your favor.
And then this is why I think I never get burned out. You know what I mean? Like if you treat
Yeah, I was gonna say if you hate it, you get burnt out immediately.
not for me. I'm like, okay, I might hate content creation, but I love making money, right? And I could see the money flowing, right? I'm never gonna get burnt out because there's a constant stream of money, right? But for people who are, say, I don't know, you have a car page, you're passionate about cars, right? The issue is as soon as the car page starts taking off, right? Now your hobby has become your job, and that's when I think you get burned out, right? When things you find fun are now your job. That's I think what burns people out, because now you don't want to do your job. You don't really have a hobby to sort of take gas off the job. So now you're just sort of in limbo land, get burnt out.
Yeah. No, that's honestly so true. I didn't believe that was true until like I started trying to monetize content. It's just like, yeah, man, if you truly enjoy something, fuck, man, don't shit where you eat.
Exactly.
Like separate it.
There it is.
Separate
There
as
it is.
best to the best of your abilities.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, this was a very insightful conversation. I hope you guys learned something. I definitely learned a thing or two about Andrew today. Any of the Andrew IVX fandom that's in the video today watching us and stuff, you know, maybe you learned a couple of things about this guy today.
Yeah,
but Andrew,
hopefully you don't unfollow.
Yeah, he still needs to make money, guys. But any last words of wisdom before we part ways?
Yeah, just if you find a way to make money, stick to it. Don't give it up. I've had friends like grow to millions, if not hundreds of thousands on TikTok, and they gave up.
Why?
Hey, okay, I know that I'm sort of extending the episode, but two friends. One friend, I wrote the script for his first few videos. He went super viral.
I know him.
You got
That
Connor
guy,
Yu.
right?
Connor
That
Yu,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
He would be making a solid, I don't know, $50 a day minimum if he just kept
Yeah.
with it, but he gave up too early. Another guy, N Part 2s. 6 million followers. Fucking Dream, the Minecraft guy, followed him. 59-second videos. Gave up on it.
Why? It just didn't.
He went to college to study geography, man. Like, I don't know why he did that. Like, he should be making 100,000 minimum a year doing this, but he gave up on it. So just like, if you find a way to make money, please don't give it up. Keep it. You won't regret it.
I mean, not everyone wants to like live this lifestyle.
Yeah, but like,
You know,
think about it.
people-
Like, money gives you an option to live whatever lifestyle you want. As soon as you get to a certain point, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, true. All right, guys. Andrew, it's great having you on. We'll catch
thanks,
you guys
Andrew.
all very soon on the next episode. Signing out. Peace out, everyone.
Bye-bye.